Hello and welcome to the Smart Tactics to Secure Joint Ventures with Top Names audio session. In this presentation, I'll be showing you the little-known secrets to crafting joint ventures with experts and top names in your field. Now, securing joint ventures is something that seems to be reserved only for the experts or those who have a big mailing list. This is the case because a lot of beginners and amateur marketers are often getting rejections from top names every time they try to approach internet gurus and experts in their field. They always either get no replies at all or they get a disheartened no to their joint venture proposal. I'm going to turn all this around for you, and you might be surprised to know that it is not as difficult as you think it is. As long as you're not swayed away by complicated marketing tactics, you'll find out that when you break everything down to the core, securing joint ventures is just as fundamental as building a relationship with somebody else. So we're going to cover all the basics in this presentation and crash course to creating joint ventures successfully with top names, even though you might be unknown at the moment. There is more to doing joint ventures than just sending an email to someone else and asking them to promote your product and get done with it. So I'm going to kickstart this crash course by explaining the 4 key things you must understand about approaching top names for joint ventures. The first thing I want you to understand is that most of the time, the experts are usually very busy people, in spite of how successful they claim to be. You can expect that they are very busy people since they are quite highly recognized. They are probably getting a lot of emails and invitations to do a lot of things like speaking, do joint ventures with others, being part of promotions, and let's take into account that these experts are also human beings, so they need to take a break sometimes and have vacations every now and then. So the first thing I want you to understand is that these people are very busy people. Every time you send an email before this, I can imagine that sometimes these experts often tell you that they are very busy and they cannot help you or comply with your joint venture proposal. And don't get too despaired when you find this out. There is still a way around this though, which I will be explaining in a while. How you can make these experts agree to your joint venture without using busy as an excuse not to work with you. We're going to get around that in a while. The second thing I want you to understand is these experts, as explained, they are very successful people, and I can imagine that if I were to be in their shoes, I'll be getting a lot of joint venture proposals from so many people that I've not heard of before, and I wouldn't have the time to keep up with every one of them. As a result, I would grow immune to getting joint venture proposals because I've been getting them all the time. So if you start sending joint venture proposals, you're going to look just like one of the many people that are sending emails asking to do a joint venture with them. You can expect that their mailing and promotional schedules are going to be very full for weeks to even months. So I want you to understand that this is something that you have to be ready to expect in doing joint ventures with people. The third thing I want you to know is that these successful experts totally understand the importance of a long-term business relationship. That being said, they are not into doing joint ventures with people who just want them to promote their products and then get done with it. So I want you to avoid being categorized as that kind of person. Last but not least, I want you to understand that different personalities will attract different types of people. This is something that is not being talked about in most topics about joint